And I'm just honestly fascinated by the extent these guys go to make sure they look beautiful. Even the men, they know how to take care of themselves. They don't have to be there looking like Lord knows what happened to these people. No, they leave no room for that imagination, no room. So they make sure they take care of themselves. But some go overboard by putting this much. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and for those who are new, well, hello. Now do me a favor, hit the subscribe button in the corner right there, and to get notifications about my newly updated videos, well, hit that notification bell. Now let's just get into it, guys. Today let's talk about Ethiopia. Ethiopia. I'm telling you guys, Ethiopia is a country that is so rich in culture, that I can spend an entire day, even a week, talking about the phenomenal cultures in Ethiopia, but I'll save you all of that. Today I just want to focus on just one tribe today from Ethiopia. It's called the Afar tribe. Now the Afar tribe is so wide. It's so wide, it's not only in Ethiopia, but the people actually spread to the nearby countries. You have the Afar people in Ethiopia, Eritrea, Djibouti, and Somalia. So what is it that's so interesting about the Afar people? Well, let's just begin with their hair. Now, I need to say this for the males out there who are watching this video. It's not bad to take care of your hair, and there's nothing wrong with it. If you like to play around with your hair, color it, tint it, put colors, that's totally okay. Because if it's unheard of in your culture, well, guess what? In other cultures, it is a phenomenon, and it is a well upheld norm. Now, like the Afar people, let me just talk about the men for a minute. They like to put butter in their hair, and then they use sticks to make those curls that you're about to see, those ones. Yes, they use sticks to make those curls, and they just look adorable, you guys. And I'm just honestly fascinated by the extent these guys go to make sure they look beautiful. Even the men, they know how to take care of themselves. They don't have to be there looking like Lord knows what happened to these people. No, they leave no room for that imagination, no room. So they make sure they take care of themselves. But some go overboard by putting this much. But anyway, some do it because the butter protects their hair from that scorching sun. You know, it's really hot out here in East Africa. It's really hot. So that's why they put the butter. But nonetheless, they still look very beautiful. And the ladies themselves have very beautiful hair, and they play around with them, you know, and they know how to accessorize them, putting different beads of color, of all types of color, and they just look really outstanding. And they're just beautiful people. That's all I have to say about the Afar people and their love for the hair. Now, it's not only the men that know how to take care of themselves. Now, the women also know how to make themselves look beautiful. They take time to put on those amazing, gorgeous, colorful necklaces and earrings, and they just look spectacular. I mean, this is coming from a tribe that has been in existence since God knows how many centuries now, but they have the art, the creativity to still look that beautiful, and their beauty standards are totally different from what you see today. And I will refrain from using the word body scarification. I'll just call it body modification, because scarification has a negative connotation to it. So they know how to modify their bodies by putting beauty marks that you can see right there. Yes, they put beauty marks, and they just look beautiful, and they just know how to play around with everything and just look, you know, they just look phenomenal, you guys. Forgive me, but I'm just in love with their culture. That's all I have to say. Hey, I'm guilty. I like their culture. I like how they do their hair. I like how they wear their necklaces. I like how they're just good people to be around. Of course, their most prized possession, like any other African culture out there, is their cattle. They love their cattle. It's their livelihood, and they protect them with their lives. They protect them with their lives. That's all I have to tell you about the Afar people and the love for their cattle. Because in African culture, when it comes to bride price, the more cattle you get, well, hey, you're the richest man in the village. I mean, they take pride in that lady that they're taking. Because, and not only body modification, guess what? They know how to play around with their teeth. Have you seen their teeth? They are not your ordinary teeth. And I've been looking at all those teeth this whole time, and good lord, I wish I could make my teeth look like that. I mean, there's so much that their culture does that I find so rich and so humbling. And for me, it has just really given me a different aspect of how you look at beauty. Because in Ethiopia, among the Afro people, what they do as a sign of beautification is just phenomenal. But when you go to other cultures, other countries, and you look like that, some people look down on you. They'll look down on you and wonder, where are you from? What a barbaric culture, like, come on. Why don't you look ordinary? Oh well, guess what? You don't have to look ordinary. If that's your culture and you're proud of it and it makes you look beautiful, do it. You don't have to conform to the modern day standards of being beautiful. You do you. If you feel like shaping your teeth like that makes you look beautiful, well, go for it. I don't feel ashamed, because believe me, there are people like us who appreciate and understand that beauty and your culture. We do understand. So guys, you don't have to change yourself for anything or anybody. Just be you. And I'll still maintain Ethiopia is so rich in culture, you get. And still, I'd like to emphasize that I do not want to give a one-sided story. There's so many good-looking people in Ethiopia, so many cultures, and this is just an example. See for yourself right here. So much economic development going on, and it's nothing like you imagine. Ethiopia is not a barbaric country. Ethiopia is a well-developed country as we speak, and there's so much that goes on that you and I don't know about. So as you're watching this video, guys, please remember to be open-minded and don't be judgmental. I'm just preaching the gospel of embrace people for who they are and their culture, because people are different. We're not all the same. Now that's just Ethiopia. So let me take you all the way down to Namibia. Namibia is a very, very awesome country also, and what gets the most tourist attraction is these people I'm about to tell you about. They are the Himba tribe. And what's so fascinating about these people are their women. Yes, they live in a desert area. Yes, most of them are not educated. Yes, most of them are not your ordinary people. But guess what? They do also understand what it means to be beautiful. And how do they do this? They do this by looking like the red avatar. You know, avatar is known to be blue and all of that, but these guys know how to paint their bodies red. Now, it's a mixture of butter and ochre, or I can just call it red soil. They mix it together and then they smear it on their bodies, and they just look amazing with that red skin tone. And that, anyway, they do it to protect their skin from the scorching sun, because it's very hot. Africa can tend to be very, very hot, and in some areas, especially the desert areas, it is annoyingly hot. So I totally understand why they do what they do. And not only do they apply it on their skin, but get this, they apply it in their hair. And in my previous videos, I've told you about the different African cultures that apply this red soil mixed with butter in their hair. So it's not something that is uncommon in African culture. So these people mix it in their hair, and they mix it with goat hair. So they plait the goat hair with their hair and make something like this. And they just look amazing, and it is a source of tourist attraction because people just find their hair very extraordinary, and I myself find it very extraordinary. If you look at it from a distance, they just look like red dreadlocks, and they're just phenomenal. Everything about them is just nice. Of course, they do not wear tops. They move around topless, the ladies, and all they do is put on a skirt. And maybe the male, when the clothes are there, they're the ones who get to put them on, but for the ladies, most of the time they're topless and they just wear a skirt. And it's not weird at all. Not at all. I know you may find it weird, but hey, it's not weird. Most of the cultures in Africa, most people don't put on clothes back in the day. But now, I guess I've changed. However, I need to tell you this. There is a big threat to their culture. A threat that has already kept you and I captive for the longest of time. And that threat is modernization. Yes, you had that right. So what is happening is that there's so many young people from the Himba tribe who are getting jobs in the city, and then they have to conform to the modern day standards of well, a human being, not human being, the modern way standards of living. So they get to the city and they have to put on clothes, and then they go to school and then they learn all these things about science, sanitation, hygiene, and the importance of putting on clothes, and how it is very good for you to bathe, and all that stuff that come with education anyway. So the challenge is that when they get back to their community, it's really hard for them to again fit in. Now imagine this: you come all the way from town, you reach your village, and then you have to undress yourself as if you're going to take a bath. But this time around, you're not taking a bath. This time around, you're going to move around the village like, hey guys, what's up? I'm back, You just drop your clothes just right there, and then you continue to walk around naked in the village. It's kind of a mental challenge to them, so they can't do that. And then of course, some of the people have said in the Himba village that, okay, not the Himba village, the village where they come from, that it is a threat. Education is a threat to their culture, because these kids go there and then they come back and then they want to change everything. They don't want to walk around naked. They don't want to do the body modifications, because society tells them different. Society tells them that they're weird or they're different, and then they have to look like everybody else, and then they find it very hard to fit in. And some of them don't even like to take their children to school, because they think like, school is just there to brainwash them, to eradicate their culture. And honestly, I totally understand what they're saying. It should be a pain to see your culture vanishing away, but we can't also ignore the force of modernization, because things are changing. The world is changing. It can't be the same, It can't be the same. But at the end of the day, if these guys can manage to preserve a big part of their culture, I think it will go a long way to seeing that their culture lives on centuries from now. And I just want to uphold those guys for whatever they do. I think they're just phenomenal, you guys. And when you get the time to visit Namibia, go down there, see the Himba people, support them, buy their artwork and their craft, and help to build a community. And also, Namibia is famous for so many things. They have very nice tourist attractions. Apart from the Himba people, they have the safari, they have the hotels, they have this all modern infrastructure. And I just want to put it out there for you guys who don't know, Africa is a continent. Africa is not a country. So there are very many countries in Africa, and there's so many cultures, so many tribes, you can't even finish them. And some of them are uncommon to some of us who live here in Uganda and in Africa in general. You can't know everything. So anyway, I hope I brought something to light by telling you about these different cultures. One from Ethiopia, one from Namibia. And what do they all have in common? African blood. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe to the channel, guys. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, get updates about my newly updated videos, because I intend to tell you guys all about people's different cultures, and not only Africa. I'll be talking about other cultures as well, from Indonesia, China, India, Amazon. So just guys, stay tuned, more amazing videos. All right, bye. Thank you for watching.